Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Kim. Let me just make sure my mic is working. Okay, it's working. This is a Q&A. It is Thursday. We made it to Thursday. We made it. This is a Q&A where I answer your questions that you ask me. I see I have a good batch of questions. I did not read them ahead of time like I usually do because I'm trying to do it differently, because I find when I read the questions ahead of time, there's a lot of emotion. So I want to read it right live and, experience the question with you guys. If I put a heart next to your question, I answered it. Okay, so you'll see that if you are wondering. What else? I hope you're taking care of yourselves. How are you doing, first of all? I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I hope you're engaging in self-care. Self-care is not just a buzzword. It's a real therapeutic practice. Okay? Physical self-care, emotional, psychological, and spiritual. Alright, so I hope that you guys are at least trying to find a balance in that. I'm doing okay. I had a very busy week. It was so busy. It was so busy. I had a lot of sessions. I had new clients. I had consultations, which is a blessing, This is actually what I've been trying to manifest. I'm really trying to get myself back in order, because I actually, right before I press record, I was thinking about myself for the past year and how hard last year was for me, just personally, with my physical. Things got really bad. And I was thinking about, I shared with you guys that I had a lot of issues with my eyes. I'm on the road to recovery. I could see, I could see for the most part. But I almost lost my sight in my right eye. There's a lot going on in my left eye that I need to, but for the most part, I'm doing way better. The doctor's surprised actually with my eye. So that's a blessing. But I have type 2 diabetes. That is why all this happened. But I was thinking about last year and how I was feeling as we got deeper into the year. Just tired, irritable, just my mood right before all this happened, even the months leading up to it, just not doing well. And it really is when you really have to take care of yourself, from one, and obviously, but how different I'm approaching life now that I'm doing better with my health. My blood sugar is under control. My cholesterol is under control. Things are leveling out, because listen, for me, you only have to tell me, while I have lab coat syndrome, I avoid the doctor. No, I don't have a choice. But there's a lot of things that I could have gotten to, but because this happened with my eye, and I ended up going to the doctor and getting meds, and it didn't get to a point, like my physical, my blood tests and things, like, it wasn't to that point. So it's like, I'm saying all this to say the way untreated diabetes was affecting me my mood, my motivation, and that played a role in all of that. And you don't even think about that. At least I don't. You don't think about, because now that I am taking meds and is being treated, my motivation is high. I'm getting things done. Things don't seem as hard. Things don't seem as hard, like, to do things. And I'm not tired all day like I was. Like, it's really amazing. It's really amazing. So, I just feel lucky. I feel blessed that I have health insurance, that I can, it's rough, because sometimes for the most part, knock on wood, they haven't been giving me a hard time with things, but I just feel lucky, and I just wanted to say that. That was on my mind. But anyway, all that aside, I've been talking for 12 minutes. No, I've been talking for 15 minutes, I think. Anyway. But like I said, I hope you guys are taking care of yourself. I hope you are checking in with yourselves to see where you are emotionally. There's a lot of energy. I can't even watch anything. I can't. It turns my stomach. Shout out to Minnesota. Shout out to the United States, period. I'm sorry that, I don't know why I'm apologizing, but it's just awful to watch. It's awful. And these are trial runs. These are trial runs. These things that are happening in these cities, to see how far they can go and what they can get away with, to see how much they can push the envelope. It's very scary, I won't lie. So we're going to peek into that. I've saw some questions about it, and we're going to explore that. What message? I feel like there's like so many. Someone said very loud, you have to pray. You have to understand that this cannot be sustainable. Because the people always somehow triumph. It's very scary times. Very scary. Very frustrating and upsetting. It's so heartbreaking. That this could be stopped, and they choose not to. Secret of, well, if he annexes Greenland, then we'll impeach him. The Republicans. That's your line. What about what's happening right now in your country? What about what's happening? I get it, yes, that if he does something like that, then the America won't make it. The military. Maybe we do need to be. Y'all ain't doing it. Maybe they need to. Maybe he should, and they should do something, and then occupy our country and get him out. Everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged. Mark Rutte, sir, you talking about? He didn't. No. like a nothing to see here sort of attitude. I get he knows how to deal with someone like him, but that's insane. Nothing to see here. Sir. It's everything to see here. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Alright. Number one. First question. There's a couple of questions, and I'm going to read each one and see how I feel energetically and which one I want to answer, okay? So it says, "Hi Kim, I have a few questions. Pick which one you want." Number one, what is Tulsi Gabbard up to? She's been really quiet, and Moya. It's very funny that you said that because I was thinking about her yesterday. I don't know why. I have no idea. I was in the bathroom and she popped into my head. I was just thinking about everything, and for some reason her face popped into my head and she popped into my head. And I said, where is she up to? Second question, will Sasha Riley's testimony encourage other male survivors to come forth? Number three, will they discover remains of Zorro Ranch and other Epstein properties? Okay. So I feel like doing okay, so I see a couple of questions about Sasha Riley. I'll do him. I kind of want to know what. There's something about to come up about her. That's why I think I thought about her, Tulsi Gabbard. Something's gonna come up about her. She's riding low under the radar. But something will come out about her, I feel like. Okay. I have not heard Sasha Riley's, I hope I'm saying his name right, testimony. I haven't heard the recording. I haven't listened. I didn't hear about it till yesterday, honestly. But that's okay. Kind of being buried under, Now, do y'all hear Jack Smith is gonna testify publicly? He's gotten his way. He has gotten his way. Like I said he would. And he's starting up a law firm. Very, very, very interesting. Why would someone do that? Start up a law firm. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Alright, so your question is, will Sasha Riley's testimony encourage other survivors to come forth? Let's see. Okay. Hearing a lot of yeses. I need water. I have a headache. Someone energetically, he has a lot of pain, first of all. I have not heard the testimony. I don't know specifics, but I can feel there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain. Will his testimony encourage other survivors to come forth? push this back a little bit. We got a Five of Pentacles fell out. That's his pain. This is even the survivors. Very isolative, alone, you know, feeling left out in the cold. Very sad energy. Very, very sad. Ten of Swords on the bottom. Really sad. Really sad. Four of Pentacles. Okay. Justice. There's your yes. The Emperor. People taking control of their lives. When I see the Emperor stepping into authority, stepping into your power, not letting go with the Four of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is where they start. This feeling alone, isolative, been through so much, you know. And you tell yourself that you're alone, you know, you're abandoned, you're bankrupt in every sense of the word. And the Ten of Swords is a painful ending, but it's an ending also to pain. You know, this person's walking into a new chapter, walking away from the pain. That's how I view the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, the person has swords in their back. Then you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is very, you know, it's about holding on and not letting go. You know, it encourages you to let go. Sometimes it's not letting go intentionally in a way that isn't harmful. And it feels like with the Justice card after the Four of Pentacles, the Justice card after the Four of Pentacles, it's just like not letting go of the truth, not letting go of justice, seeking vindication, speaking out, you know. And then you have the Emperor, his power. The Empress. The Emperor and the Empress. Feminine and masculine energy. Page of Pentacles. The Empress is underneath the Ten of Swords. That's what they're walking into. Walking away from pain. Walking into rebirth. Walking into your power with the Emperor there. Walking into nurturance, care, balance, abundance. And the Page of Pentacles is after. The Page of Pentacles is a slow moving energy, but it's so steady. It's so steady and focused. This walk for justice or this walk for vindication or whatever it is they're seeking, taking their power back, or even realizing they have the power. They had it all along with the and it's for all the survivors. Nine of Pentacles. Yes is the answer. Yeah, because Nine of Pentacles is after the Page of Pentacles is steady grow, this slow but steady expansion. The more the more they speak up, the more they speak out, the more they demand, the more stability, security. This Nine of Pentacles is a growth and expansion for the future. Okay. Six of Cups. I love the Six of Cups when it comes out when you're talking about trauma. I love the Six of Cups because it's about your inner child, what you experienced younger. Looking back, Six of Cups could be about nostalgia, okay? Like at its face value, it could be about looking back and thinking back on good times. But to me, on a deeper level, I look at it as it's lessons you've learned and you could bring into your present moments. Inner child healing also. Things you've experienced when you were younger and lessons you got from there, and you bring it in your present moment, or literally healing back there. Healing back there. That's what this feels like after the Nine of Pentacles. So the answer is yes. Yes, they will. This will encourage people to come forward. Yeah. This is going to be very powerful. And it goes beyond Donald Trump. It's about healing. It's about healing. And they will, the Empress is there. It's a big healing card. Okay. All right. Next question. Okay, that's about he is safe and protected. He is the Emperor and the Empress there. He has a lot of power in that energy. Those people are protected now. You asked, the question was, what do your guides have to say about the info the brave Sasha Riley put out? Okay, he is protected. Next question. I'm hearting them. Next question. Hey Kim, I hope you're doing good. The past week has been spiritually taxing for a lot of people. Do you have any positive advice for everyone to try to counter the negativity? Maybe we can all try and spread positivity where we can. Yes. I've had this conversation a few times this week in my sessions with my clients. And one of the things that I've been told, or the theme I'm hearing is fear about the future, uncertainty, frustration, and anxiety because of what's happening. Lots of anxiety, which stands to reason. And I say that one of the things you have to do, and this is one of the things you have to do, is you have to keep going. And by that I mean you have to continue to plan your life and what it is you want for yourself. You have to understand that while things are terrible and energetically we are really going through it, you still have to find a life worth living through all of this. And you still have to, like, you really can't give in to despair. You cannot give in to despair. Because it's harmful for you. You can't give in to suffering. There's pain. We don't have to suffer from it. So you really have to find spaces of joy. Do the things that you enjoy. Plan things you can look forward to. Try to stray from the narrative of, well, why does it matter? Look what this is, why does it even matter? It absolutely matters. You still have to nurture and plant your garden. I like, things will, I don't want to pretend that I'm being, I'm not saying ignore the problems. If you feel an urge to do something, go and do it. Sometimes taking action outside of yourself, also, this is another path you can take, can be very healing. It can be rewarding. It can reduce the fear, anxiety, hopelessness, the helplessness you may be feeling right now. Go out and march. Connect with non-for-profits and see how you can volunteer. Check in on your neighbor. We have to take care of each other right now. We do. We have to take care of each other. So, people who are already struggling with their mental health before even all of this, and when you have external factors, I'm seeing it. I'm a therapist, so people are really going through it, and so it's important to double up on your sessions. If you have to, go speak to a licensed professional. If you have to, find community. Don't isolate. Try not to. Right now, being alone is not a good choice. There's a community tab on my channel that you could post to. And if you feel like you want to share resources, if you feel like please post there, please. People feel like I'm going to start being more engaging. I've just been super busy, but post there. If you feel like you need support, if you feel like you just want to say something, you can absolutely post in the community tab and start a conversation. I'll put the link. I'll put the link down. If you guys want me to do that. Okay. So those are the things you can do. Keep going. Don't give in to despair. Find ways, spots of joy and things that you enjoy. Take care of each other. Get engaged, to get active if that is what you feel you want to do. Because it's literally, the federal government is purposefully harming the humans in their country. Not just citizens, humans. Harming humans. Harming humans. Terrorizing humans. Causing more trauma. Causing confusion and fear and anger. Because the violence. Unchecked white supremacy. That's what we are going through. Okay? Alright. Next question. Will Greenland will Greenland politicians capitulate to Vance and Trump, especially surrender or be blackmailed into surrender? Thank you. No. No. Is the answer. No, they will not. Because you know why? They have support. And they have this isn't me spirit, this isn't my gifts answering. I have been watching this very closely. I've been watching interviews from Sky News, and I heard the comments of the dignitaries, representatives from Greenland. I believe they had a meeting with United States, and they said, we have our line. We have our line of what they will take and won't take. And they said they were very clear. Surrender is not an option. You're just not going to do that. She didn't use those exact words, but that's the vibe she was given. But she did say, we have our line. We let them know that. What I'm going to say might be controversial. Part of me hopes that they do try, and all their arrogance and lack of foresight, that they do try something like that, because it will be very bad. The response. I know people are watching what's happening in our country. I know they see and hear what this man, I know they hear and see what this man has done. I know they remember what he did the first term he had. And I have been watching you in conferences, and the things that they say, and the things that Mark Rutte's job is to be diplomatic and to say, all right guys, we hear you, let's just calm down, it's not that, it's his job. So I get it. I get the diplomacy and the restraint and reacting. Now, what he says behind closed doors is totally different. What he says behind closed doors is completely different, because he knows that this is very serious. But he has to he can't be out here, hooting and hollering and just saying crazy stuff. He can't do it. He really can't, he's supposed to be he's the chief, so he's supposed to look like he has, we're in NATO, we are all allies, we can't have these sorts of conversations, nothing to see here, but he knows what it is. And there have been conversations about depending less on America. That European countries have created talking about creating a coalition of their own so they could lean less on America, because they have foresight. They see where it's going. They're not dealing with a normal person. So part of me is like, you know what? I literally was just like, you know what? If the Republicans aren't gonna do anything, then that's I'm not promoting war. I'm not. But I understand. This is just a history repeating itself. And if America has to be shown that I shouldn't even say America, I just mean like this administration, rather. 7 of Swords on the bottom. Death. Hermit. Yeah, no, they will not. It's the same cards when I pull about this theme. Page of Cups. That's Mark Rutte. Ace of Wands. 3 of Cups. 2 of Cups. The Moon. 10 of Cups. The Magician. Death. The Hermit. Page of Cups. Ace of Wands. 3 of Cups. 2 of Cups. The Moon. 4 major cards. I don't know. Will Greenland give in to America? Oh, yeah. I've said I don't know because I don't know what the cards are telling. The answer is no. But I said I don't know because I don't know what the cards are saying, quite honestly. You know? The energy is so intense that it just made me so incredibly tired with the situation. Greenland's very confused because they're not confused in the sense of not understanding who they're dealing with, but they're confused in the sense of why, what is the issue here? Why are you doing this? What is wrong with you? We are allies, is what the energy is. With these 10 of cups and these 2 of cups and these 3 of cups. But the answer is no, because the 10 of cups, the 2 of cups, and the 3 of cups is also the support here. There are things that Greenland is doing. They are, I don't even want to say this on video. They have allies. I'll just say that. Powerful ones. And they're willing to end this. They're willing to end this allyship if it gets to that point with the death card there. The thing is just starting to flow now. You have the Hermit there. Withdrawal, separation, in the death card. They're willing to do what they need to do to protect their interests, their sovereignty. Let's see if they're going to annex Greenland. Let's see if they will do it. Will the United States, will the Trump administration annex Greenland? Trump wants to be in history books. He knows he's dying. He knows he's on his way out. He wants to be written in history books about this. He wants to be like Mussolini and Hitler and Putin and Kim Jong-il. He wants to be like that. Yeah, that's what he wants. That's why he wants to cancel midterm elections, because he knows his time is up as well. That's what he wants. And so I'm just like, just do it. Will he do it? Let's see. Will he do it? I well know what the consequences are. I well know. But Tower is always there. Total destruction. Will total destruction be a lesson that the people at the top who let him in the second time learn? The ones who didn't, who were just kind of like, oh, what are we going to do? The Republicans, like, oh, okay. Yeah, winning. Ace of Swords. The question is, will they do it? 10 of Pentacles. 6 of Swords. Page of Cups again. Page of Cups again. Pages deliver news. Page of Cups delivers delusion. Page of Cups is about intuition, being in the flow. But they also, they deliver, it's about delusion too. Idealism, not being realistic, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 of Swords, winning at all costs. Being sneaky. There's always a cost though. I said no before, but I say yes now. King of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. Yes, they will try. They will try. They will try. Will Republicans and then impeach Donald Trump for trying to annex Greenland? I did say anything's possible in terms of him doing that. It wasn't off the table, and now the answer feels like yes. When things get into, and I said that, do you guys remember when I was doing channeled messages and I said there's a whole bunch of chaos in between that I couldn't see? I just see chaos. A whole bunch of mess. Rabble rousers is what Edgar had said. And we are here. It just suddenly struck me. And he's saying yes. Yes, Kimberly. Yes, we are here. This is a breaking point for change, he said. Will Republicans impeach Donald Trump if he annexes Greenland? Or attempts to, is what I mean. Can you imagine, like, Biden was president and he was the commander-in-chief, and then you just sort of like, you're in the military and it's cool, you just doing what you're supposed to do, you're not breaking any laws, and then all of a sudden you are now like, in an autocracy. Now you're like Cobra. You are Hydra. You are the Empire. And now you're forced to yell, "Hell Hydra." Long live the Empire. Like, you are the enemy. You are now. Can you imagine? What do? Your life is signed away to the military. You can't just be like, all right. Ace of Swords, 8 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Pentacles, the Tower. Yes. Yes, they will. Ace of Swords. Okay, clarity. Truth. Coming into new clarity. Communication. Okay, learn new ways of sharing information. Love, 8 of Cups. Walking away from something. This isn't worth it anymore. The Wheel of Fortune. The tide turning, the wheel turning based off of your behavior and what you put out. Ten of Pentacles, your legacy, your future, what you leave behind. The Tower. Well, there you have it. He does not care. Okay, I answered that. Next question. Is it a way to unite all light workers in harmony to simultaneously join together and raise vibration around the world? Is it possible or ever probable or even oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll go. I've been invited to those by other YouTubers. I just could never go. But yeah, we could organize something like that. Oh yeah. But that I've been invited to a few of those by well-known YouTubers, spiritual YouTubers. Yeah, Spiritual Sean. Yes, we can. We can even do it in a live. Can we read on Minnesota? Was that the tipping point? We've had many tipping points, by the way. VP Walls said, I like that you call them VP Walls. VP Walls said that he'd call on their National Guard to protect the state. Will it get to that point before this is over and the imposters are removed? You mean ICE? Mm-mm. 52 minutes I've been talking. I'm barely through. Oh, that's not true. Okay. So your question is if the National Guard will be called by VP Walls. Feels like someone's holding him back on doing that. Ace of Cups. Let's see what comes out. It feels like someone's holding him back. Do you see what the governor of Minnesota looks like? Or is he the mayor? I think he's the governor. He looks wrecked. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Men dressed in military gear. And you're an ICE agent. You're supposed to be a federal agent. No background checks. Like I said months ago, these people are the dregs of society. These people are criminals. These people are white supremacists. These people are shady ass people. Just like back in the day with the Nazis. Just like that. Like I said, when the Nazi Party first formed, and the top guys, they were men who was dishonorably discharged from the German military. They were men who were sociopaths. They were men who were violent. They were men who had mental. They were men who were in prison. Criminals. They were the dregs of society, is the phrase that was used. And the way they took power is not through process, not through courts, not through elections. It was through violence, threatening, causing people physical damage, beating them with weapons, terrorizing them. That's how they came into power. There was no elections. It was violence. You think Stephen Miller ain't read them books and watched them documentaries? Or he's just reincarnated and he has his memories still? Ciao. I'm going to do channel messages tomorrow, guys. There's a few people I want to talk to. I can't do it too much because it's too much energy for my physical. I have to really have boundaries. I didn't have boundaries before. I have to really have them now. They just will stick to me. I knew it. 5 of Wands. I said it. Someone's holding him back, saying, no, not yet. Don't do that. It's not necessarily the federal government itself, or it could be, but something is holding him back from doing it. He's saying, I want to take care of my people, and someone is saying, no, not yet. There's friction. There's, King of Cups. Lots of compassion. Death. 5 of Pentacles. The Tower. Page of Pentacles is a choice that has to be made. And it's 2 choices. Do I do it or don't I? It's pretty simple. The Lovers. 5 of Swords. Yeah, there's something holding him back. 9 of Swords. That's why the Page of Pentacles is there. He's weighing his options. It's his advisors that are saying, hold off on that. He's weighing his options. Can you imagine having to fight the federal government? The wording is the same. I know people argue, America. Yes, America's naked. This is the heart. This is the core of it. In terms of not necessarily its countrymen. We know who when we say, anyway. But what it truly is, it's naked. The flaws in our systems, the fact that someone can just say, I'm going to just take your city over. I don't care. I'm going to just terrorize you because I can't control you any other way but through violence and terror. And there's a sense of helplessness. There's 5 of Pentacles here in this energy for Tim Walls. Who steps in? What do you do? It's literally war. I'm not being dramatic. The Tower's there. Complete destruction. I can't. Oof. Ooh. Oof. Okay. Will he be able to do it? Is my next question. I feel like yes, it's going to be very bad. There's no one there. There's no one. And the Republicans could put a stop to this. They could just say needs to stop. They can impeach him right now. They can impeach all of them. They could do it right at this moment. Right today. And they won't do it. So that's why I say, alright, just let them annex Greenland. Go ahead. If that's what's going to move y'all. And I'm saying they don't see that he is their reckoning. He is the tool that is used against them. Total destruction. And that is why so many of them are quitting. Will Tim Walz be able to utilize the National Guard? Two of Cups jumped out, like the Ace of Cups jumped out. It's telling me to do it this way. Okay. Two of Cups, Eight of Cups, King of Cups, a lot of cups, lots of cups, lots of cups, lots of cups. Six of Cups. Lots of cups. Strength. Support. Yes. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. We have the Two of Cups. A balance. Lots of like compassion, lots of being in the flow here. Being in the flow. Being in the flow. Lots of healing. Water is pure, water is healing, water is a conduit for spirit. King of Cups. Nope. Eight of Cups. Healing. Solutions. King of Cups. Absolutely being in the flow, and you know, intuitive healing, intuition, being in balance, compassion, caring. Six of Cups. All these cups. Six of Cups is the one of the things I really like about the Six of Cups is taking things that lessons you've learned from the past and bringing them in the present. Skills you have garnered. So like when we go through things, when we experience things, you whether it's good or bad, my nose is so itchy. Whether it's good or bad, you learn lessons and you're able to take that into your next experiences. And so that's what part of the Six of Cups is about. Strength. Card of Resilience. One of my favorite cards, actually. Card of you have to keep going. It's a card of letting things unfold in a way. This the things that you need. No, that's not what I'm trying. That's not the message. The message is you can handle. Tim Walz can handle this. He can handle any barrier thrown at him. Okay, because what he needs is already there. So he has inner and outer resources, support. He knows what. Was he in the military? No, he was a teacher. He has experience. He has a lot of know-how with this situation. He's the governor. The guy's the mayor. Kimberly. It's okay. He has a lot of he knows what he's doing. He's not going to give up. He's not wary. The Strength card is about being able to handle anything that's thrown at you. You keep going, you keep pushing because you have the resources to get what you need. And he does, because the Six of Pentacles is here. It's about support. So this is the answer. A give and take. He will get resources with the National Guard. Eight of Swords is barriers. you know, feeling stuck, even trapped. You can't, you can't, mental restriction. The Page of Cups always comes out here with this sort of situation. Let me see. I know what the Page of Cups is, you know, but I want to understand better what. Bear with me, y'all. I need validation. Page of Cups. Ah, okay. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Page of Cups in times of conflict. Emotional idealism that is being tested by reality. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's why this for the words. That's why the Eight of Swords is next to it. He doesn't want to do that. That's part of his hesitance, perhaps. He doesn't want to have to call the National Guard. That's why the Page of Cups is there. You know, they want to lead with the vulnerable, you know, vulnerability instead of armor. Lead with compassion instead of a hammer, you know. But the Six of Wands is after, so yeah, the answer is yes, he will. Okay. I need a cigarette after that. I don't smoke though. That was a lot of work energetically. Situation is very energetically intense, and oof. I answered that. I don't. Okay. Next question, it says, I don't comment much because I tend to type a long post. That's okay. So I'll keep this as short as I can. I have 2 questions if you want to answer them. Okay. First question is, what are the chances that Jasmine Crockett will win the Senate seat in Texas? Second question is, do you think that Texas will eventually flip blue one day? They actually did. I live in Texas myself, and many people outside the state don't realize that Texas isn't as deep red as people think. I do feel like it's only a matter of time for Texas to flip blue, but I'm curious about what you think about it. Texas actually flipped blue in 2024. But that's another conversation for another time. You are correct that you are absolutely correct that Texas is more blue than red. It is. And something shifted with Jasmine Crockett. Before I was saying it was too early to tell, but she has a huge chance of winning. She has a huge. When I read on her, when I've read on her in the past, I've said she's going up. She's going far, and the energy now is ready. Let's see. Will Jasmine Crockett win the Texas Senate seat? It will take. I could see a lot of people rallying behind her. I could see it. Okay? I could see it. I'm always surprised when Texas... I don't think Texas is a red state. I don't think that. I do not think that. But I guess when you see how districting is in Texas, it would stand to reason, because that plays a large role in it. What their maps look like and how they district and redistrict the map. That makes it red. That's the issue. That's where the cheating comes in my opinion. That's where you suppress people from voting their rights. Ace of Pentacles. Oh yeah. For Jasmine Crockett, Ace of Pentacles, that's the golden ticket. That's the keys to the kingdom. Ace of Pentacles. Four of Cups. Deep contemplation. Ace of Pentacles is about expansion. It's a gift. It's about stability and security, new opportunities. Okay? She's gonna go so far. Two of Cups. From 4 cups to 2. Five of Cups. Two of Cups in between the 4 cups and the 5 of Cups. 4 cups appears bored or disinterested. It is about apathy, but it's also about approaching things differently, approaching your emotions differently. It's about deep introspection. So I think people's perspectives will begin to shift. People in Texas who may be on the fence, who may, not be sure about her, their perspectives will shift. She'll get a lot of support. That's what I feel shifting. Not to say she didn't have support, but the energy has changed wherein now more people are looking at this and not just dismissing her as they do black women all the time in this country. More people's gaze are turning towards this race and turning towards her. Especially after the don't give her money debacle. That actually helped her in the long run. Okay? So the 2 of Cups in between the 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups is a card of loss. It's a card of grief, but it's also a card of healing. It encourages you to heal through your, whatever loss you feel that you are dealing with. Okay? Queen of Wands. This is her. This is her power. Queen of Wands is about stepping into your authority. Okay. Five of Cups is also about not crying over spilled milk, you know, in a sense. There's two cups there, filled still. And the Queen of Wands really is about stepping into your authority, stepping into your power. It's about your purpose, walking into your calling. Go and follow her on YouTube. She gives you the inside scoop. She gives you the tea of what's going on. Please go. I need to promote her more. That's what I need to do. Please go on her YouTube. Okay? It's Jasmine Crockett. Follow her. She has her own gifts. She's very protected. She's going far. Okay? That's why Queen Wands is there too. The Magician. Power. She has everything she needs to be successful. Intelligence. And power. I keep hearing the word grace. Okay? The Magician is about a power. The Magician wields their power to get what they need and what they want. The Magician is a card of manifestation. And the Magician is able to manifest what it is they need for themselves. It's about accomplishment, meeting your goals. Okay? They're charming. They're clever. They could turn people onto their side. The Hangman. There could be some delays, but really it's about perspective. That's why the Four of Cups is there. People have to change their perspective about her still. You have Judgment, elevation, rebirth, transition, and change. Stepping up, Three of Swords. Okay, Three of Swords is about pain, essentially, despair. But it tells you to, whatever she's going through, whatever she's been through, this feels like present energy. This is current energy here. This is current energy. The Magician is on top of this. And so it's above this Three of Swords. And the one of the messages of the Three of Swords is to take the pain that you are experiencing and let it reshape you into something better. Okay? Let it change you. Let it redefine you into something powerful and healing. So her chances of winning are pretty huge. She is in the running. She's in the running, child. The chances of Texas flipping blue, let's see. This is crazy. Chances of Texas turning blue. Things are going to shift in a way that will be so shocking to people. You talk about... Did you see what happened to Germany? during World War II. To the point where they're so ashamed of what happened. They're so ashamed about all that. You pull something enough, you pull a band to the point of it stretching so far. Nine of Pentacles fell out. Nine of Cups is next. The Hangman, the Star, the King of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the World, Six of Cups again, and the Four of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Chances that Texas will split blue. The Hangman, the Star, the King of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the World, the Six of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. Let's see. Delay cards. People will do anything not to relinquish their power. That's the Four of Pentacles. People here are learning lessons. That's the Six of Cups. So the way I'm being told, the way my intuition is guiding me to read this is what could be barriers and what could help the energy move towards what it's supposed to move towards. Okay? The barrier with the Four of Pentacles is the districting, you know, the maps and cheating. Okay? And people will be like, well, no, you know, some people will argue. But if you look at certain states, like even in Mississippi, that man that won the mayor, a whole black town, and the mayor was white for all those decades. And that black man finally won, and they locked the doors on him, and he didn't get into the seat until a year. He had to rerun. And you tell me that can't happen? They voted for that man to be mayor, and the white folks said no, and locked the doors. And it was a year of battling in the courts. That man... I don't mean to get off track, but I'm just trying to make connections of what we're dealing with here. The World, okay? Things coming full circle. A new cycle. Change. Okay, so that's towards it. Nine of Pentacles. Security, stability, and growth. Expansion by your hand. So this will, the people of Texas will have to really come out and show out. This is y'all have to do this. Y'all have to do it. It has to be the people. I've said it time and again. I don't know how many people I have to channel, how many people I have to talk to that have passed, how many times the Six of Cups has to come out. The people have to come. It has to be overwhelming. I beg. Please. Nine of Cups. What's the word I'm looking for? Nine of Cups is about patting yourself on the back. Sitting back and like, The Nine of Cups is a greedy merchant, but on the plus side, it's like, look at what we did. Look at that. Now we're going to reap this good thing. this hard work we put in. That's what the Nine of Cups is about. Hangman. Hangman is about some delays. You know? Delays in faith. The Star is next. Perhaps a delay for a shift. I promise y'all I could talk. So a shift could happen. Perspective again. This is y'all opportunity. The Star. Star is about, not to sound cliche or anything, but your dreams coming true. It's about faith. It's about hope. It's about your inner guidance. After the Hangman is about being suspended in the air, delays, so a perspective can shift, or some type of energy could come and settle in before you move forward again. Y'all are the Hangman. The Star. Progression and forward movement. More progression with the King of Wands. Ten of Wands. End of burdens. Dropping dropping those burdens so that you can move on up that hill into the next path of your life. But the chances of it flipping blue are very hard, but it will take a lot of work and dedication and support for her. Y'all have to rally around her like crazy. Get people out to vote. The entire state of Texas needs to vote. Because I don't believe it's blue either, and it didn't flip blue. But that's a whole other conversation. Okay? Thank you for your question, your first question. Welcome. Please ask more. How long have I been talking? Hour and a half. So it's a movie. That's okay. Okay, thank you. Many of ice. Okay. Hi Kim. Thank you for all that you do. You're welcome. And hello. Will many of the ICE agents who have committed these atrocities be revealed and criminally charged for violations of civil rights, a federal violation as officers? Will Stephen Miller ever be held accountable? I mean, that's a hard question. I know their faces are being exposed. Someone, like I said, the only way they'll be brought down is by people who are actually on the inside, and that still looks like it's starting to happen. They're being exposed. Someone exposed all of their faces. A lot of their faces are being exposed. They wear masks. And so I can't answer that question right now. It's the energy isn't there. To be honest with you, I can't. I can tell you what I do see happening is that more and more states will put in laws to where they can't be masked. That's going to be a real big blow to them. And the reason why they are masked because they are harming people that aren't caught on camera. They are really doing very insidious things to people. So they mask themselves because, one, they know it's wrong, and two, they know they're breaking the law. They know they're breaking the law, even if they can't read. They are told to do what they have to, and they love it. So I can't answer that question right now. I'll pull a card though. Let's see. I can't give you a yes or no. I don't know. I don't feel the energy is there yet. Stephen Miller has to go through a few more things. He'll end up in a corner of the internet, though. Ten of Swords. Their ending won't be good. I could tell you that. They're, you know. Ten of Swords. Maybe they'll be charged. Perhaps. Yeah. Maybe. Last question. Hi Kim, I hope you're doing well. Hello. And taking care of yourself. I am. TJ Sabula is the Ford worker who was suspended for calling Donald J. Trump a pedo protector. Well, he and where Donald J. Trump said F you and flipped him off in response. Since then, the United Auto Workers Union, didn't they vote for him? Anyway, has come out publicly supporting TJ. TJ has also seen an outpouring of support with other, with over 800K in GoFundMe. Interesting. What does his future hold for him as a result of this? He is worried about being fired. I also want to mention that he and his family have suspended the GoFundMe because of far exceeding their goal. And TJ and his family have encouraged people to donate to others who are in need. Good for you, TJ, I guess. He'll be fine. Yeah, he's fine. He won't be fired. King of Wands. That took a lot for him to say that. You see that line back there? It's about courage. Apt. He did a lot of what a lot of these Republicans are afraid to do. Speak their mind. Shout out to you, TJ. He'll be fine. He's in a union, right? Unless they try to, you know, the DOJ decides to go after him. But no, he's the king. It's King of Wands. He's okay. He's fine. Alright guys, that's all I have. Please like this video. Please like it. Watch it in its entirety, or just play it in the background. You know? I will probably be uploading tomorrow. I'm trying to get back in it. I can't do too much though. It's too much. I want to try to do channel messages. Not going to do too much. It won't be a super long video. But we'll be okay. We are gonna be okay. Oh yes, if you want personal reading, you can go into the pinned comment, and the link is there. And or you can email me moonlightenergy15@gmail.com. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like this video. And that's all I got. I'm gonna go now because I'm tired. So, bye.